Vacant land is a pretty interesting piece to look at right now. It actually tells a pretty interesting story, in my opinion. Um, it's a little bit of a broken record from the months prior because Haley, Warm Springs, and Ketchum's total volumes are down right now, but those should skyrocket by the end of the fourth quarter as Sunbeam, Warm Springs Ranch, and White Cloud's expansion all mostly closed for the most part. They're all going to get final plat approval, infrastructure will finally get done, and people can start closing on these and closing their escrow on these properties. That as a whole will account for a ton of volume and units in our MLS final statistics. If we look at land without including those developments, you'll notice that it has slowed down tremendously. This part of the market scorched for the last 18 months, with the South Valley moving and shaking for even longer. So back even in 18, we started to see some movement. 19 was hot for Bellevue and Haley. And whereas North Valley was a little bit slower moving, and now we're kind of back. It's interesting to actually kind of look at, though. I mean, those other developments aside, not including those, Ketchum itself and Sun Valley in the last two quarters, so the third quarter and the second quarter, have only sold a total of 3 lots each. So 6 total vacant lots to build on have been sold in Ketchum and Sun Valley in the last 6 months, which is crazy to think about when there was 17 land sales in Sun Valley alone in the third quarter of 2020. Another piece that presents itself in the third quarter that's interesting to look at is there's 3 land sales out in the Lost River Valley over other side of Trail Creek out in the Mackey area that has kind of fluffed up their numbers to their average sale price to about 650, 640 something is what it came out to. So that means typically that's a pretty affordable part of the market, and that means some pretty big land sales occurred out there, just 3 of them. It's important to note that number went up quite a bit. So obviously that area is starting to get a little bit more desirable, and I've always been a fan of it.